We left Scapa Flow, chasing rumors of the mighty Bismarck ahead tonight. Orders came sudden. Both watchers mustered, hearts tightening beneath cold steel decks. Captain Leach briefed us. Intercept Bismarck before midnight. Close, devastating range tonight. Len steadied, pom-pom mount, breathing steam, eyes stinging from Arctic spray haze. Dawn broke bleak. Sea heaved angrily, sky iron grey, snow dusting gun shields everywhere. Across the waves, Hood cut northward, proud silhouette against bruised morning skies. Signal flags snapped. Howland intended, closing fast, bows on, minimizing vulnerability now. We tightened scarves, joked bravely, fear hidden beneath cigarettes and smiles shaking. Raider murmured, Suffolk shadowed enemy. Norfolk briefed bearings through snow flurries intermittently crackling. Battle stations. Bells clanged, boots thundered. Lauders whispered prayers between shells nervously. First flashes burst. Hood's guns roared, sheets of fire across gloom sea. Prince of Wales answered, turrets shuddered. Cordite breath filled frozen air instantly. Bismarck replied, cold thunder stepping closer, plumes leaping like breaking geysers everywhere. Len crossed platform, starboard to port, to watch Hood's answering salvos closely. A straddle landed, one short, one over. Hood held stubborn course steady. Another salvo bracketed. Still, she charged, bows slicing white, smoke trailing defiantly. Flames licked ventilators. We thought a small fire, nothing more yet wrong. Hood fired again. Thunder rolled. Then came the unthinkable, blinding explosion blooming. A wall of fire swallowed her midships, smoke wreathing masts and bridge. Someone shouted, "She's all right." Bow appeared briefly, ghost-like, hope flickered painfully, fleeting. Then bow lifted, stern vanished. Horizon consumed her pride and souls forever. Silence struck harder than guns. Even gulls seemed afraid to scream today. Prince of Wales heeled. Evasive helm, hard over, wreckage drifting dangerously close. Shock ended, return splashed around us. Bismarck hunted the living witness remorselessly. A screaming shell punched through our bridge. No burst, devastation everywhere, nonetheless. We hugged deck plates. Steel rain hissed. Splinters clanged like murderous hail above. Orders steadied nerves. Return fire continued. Range opened. Smoke hid pursuing shapes. Len glanced aft. Friends, missing spots. Fear sharpened into stubborn duty quietly. Evening fell. Radar ranges plotted. We fired blind, trusting flickering echoes faithfully. Screens showed spikes merging. We thought 3 hit. Cheers died uncertainly afterward. Swordfish droned overhead. Canvas wings brave against night and weather darkness. We watched torpedo wakes vanish. Prayers followed them into hungry sea depths. Orders broke pursuit, damage mounting. We turned north, nursing wounded ship homeward. On the bridge, bodies sheeted, names whispered. Len recognized childhood neighbor deeds. Another died slowly. Narvik veteran, fate circling back across cruel waters inexorably. Iceland welcomed silence. Only 2 hours anchored before triumphant signal arrived ashore. Message crackled, Bismarck sunk, cheers erupted, hollowed by morning's terrible memory echoing. Night after, bunks groaned. Nobody slept. Hood's ghosts paced iron corridors restlessly. Years passed, salt dried, nightmares lingered. Letters unwritten waited patient decades silently. At last, old hands steadied pen. Truth flowed like tide at dusk. He wrote Britain at war. Editors listened. History breathed fresh air again. Memory sharpened weather. Snow, overcast, raging sea, decks slick with ice everywhere. He clarified salvos, who'd turn signal hoisted, never truly begun sadly. Perspective mattered. Bridge saw one over. Platform missed plume behind Hood obscured. Sequence fixed. Ventilator flames, salvo fired. Catastrophic detonation, mortally wounded pride instantly. 7 minutes later, ocean closed. Survivors few. Silence owned grey latitude forever. We inventoried damage. Crews bled. Duty persisted. Engines answered stubbornly to orders. Rumors circulated mess decks. Bravado faded. Grief settled like persistent frost upon tongues. Letters home began. Careful words masking terror, promising return, hiding truth kindly. Len folded memory away. Decades later, unfolded it for all to witness. Camera returns to 1941. Engines throb. Frost blooms along railings before dawn. Bosun's pipe keened. Men scrambled, mugs abandoned. Stations sealed tight against fear. Cordite carts rattled, hoists clanked. Turret crews worked like metronomes under pressure. Cold gnawed fingers. Oil smoke smeared cheeks. Breath turned crystalline ghosts nightly. "Look out!" cried contact. Shadows resolved. Enemy bows, cleaving steel-grey horizon at last. Range closed relentlessly. Directors tracked. Solutions computed. Safeties clacked off, awaiting fire. Hood's funnels streamed. Battle ensign snapped. She seemed immortal, untouchable, inevitable, invincible. But fate-loaded shells, physic conspired. Steel met fire. Hearts fractured irreparably. Debris rained. Lifebelts floated. Soot settled. Taste of metal lingered in mouths. Signalmen wept quietly. Cheese barked harder. The routine kept despair distant enough. Chaplain whispered blessings. Wind carried them across, blackening wake, toward sleeping comrades. Cook brought tea. Cups rattled. Steam rose like fragile battlefield smoke wisps. Armorers checked fuses. Gun layers flexed shoulders. Muscles ached. Spirits refused. Surrender altogether. Navigator marked plot. Pencil scratching rhythms. Steadier than cannon through rough moments. Tannoy crackled orders. Voices sounded older. Boys became men instantly that morning. Gunners swapped glances. Jokes died. Focus narrowed to sights alone that minute. The sea judged all. Impartial, vast, swallowing flags and promises without pause. News traveled slower then. Truth wrote letters, not instant transmissions or screens. Back home, mothers waited. Knock at doors, measured worlds' distance and dread. Within steel, friendship hardened. Grief forged bonds, stronger than rivets and time. Len remembered Snowflake's landing, melting on barrel warmed by firing that morning. He remembered saying nothing, because words might break the spell of courage. He remembered faces turning, watching Hood, believing heroes cannot die so suddenly. He remembered the heat, impossible in snow, washing over cheeks like summer. He remembered silence after, louder than broadsides, stretching across years and miles. Old, now, he breathed carefully. Each detail weighed, then released like ballast. Some, mailed letter. Editors read. Historians nodded. Arguments softened by eyewitness light. The page turned, Hood's death clarified. Memory honored without myth or malice. Film dissolves, gently, typewriter clacks. Archival photos fade into waves at dusk. Credits never roll here. Only names whispered by northern wind at watch. Return to deck, shell casings glint. Sea keeps its counsel tonight too. A lifebelt bobs, camera lingers, footsteps recede. Okay. Infinity remains beyond sight. From steel to paper, witness travels. Burden lightens. Duty continues for generations. Archival map overlays, lines converge. Denmark Strait narrows, fate tightens around heroes. Close on eyes, reflections show fire. Tear does not fall just yet. Gun captain shouts, corrections, layer nods. Elevation ticks, training whirs, then roars. Shells depart screaming. Recoil slams, mounts, settle. Horizon waits judgment from physics. Spotters count splashes, brackets tighten. Hope spikes, then breaks with sudden fire. Haze thickens, spray blinds. Microphones capture breathless orders, clipped acknowledgements between salvos. A gull wheels, oblivious witness. History unfolds beneath indifferent wings and eyes. Steel groans, rivets sing. The ocean writes names in foam, then erases. Cut back to present, hands tremble. Signature steadies, ink shines beneath lamp. He seals envelope, breathes out, waiter outside mirrors. Remembered, see this night. Door closes softly, footsteps fade. Camera lingers, on posted letter by hallway. Montage, Hood at speed, crew laughing. Black screen, sudden silence, then sorrow. Montage, prince repairing. Sailors mending rails. Stubborn ship survives, despite brutal wounds. Montage, headlines spinning, families reading. Photographs hugged, tears hidden behind closed doors. Fade to sea. Low sunburn's path, toward forgotten graves of sailors. Final title. Remember them, seek truth. Honor without hatred, always and humility. Cut to black, heartbeat fades. Surf remains, eternal. Indifferent witness to sacrifice.